Hey guys, Dead by Dawn and 3 here, back for another episode of Must See Horror. And for today's episode, I'm going to talk about Wes Craven's classic exploitation film, Last House on the Left. Tell you about why this movie is a true movie that I think every horror fan should see. First of all, it's one of Wes Craven's first films. It's not completely his first. I'm a huge fan of Wes Craven films. I think all of them are great, Last House on the Left, Hills of Eyes, Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that he's really, he's one of the most original horror directors, I think. Like, I really think that Nightmare on Elm Street is a very, one of the most original horror films I've seen, and, this one, Last House on the Left is really where he got started. I think it's where he got his start. I like it because it's very, very grimy and grungy. It's got that raw sort of Texas Chainsaw Massacre before Texas Chainsaw Massacre feel to it. It's one of the first true exploitation movies that became big, and it's got the whole thing started. And Rape Revenge is also, Rape Revenge was one of those things that, this was probably one of the first Rape Revenge films that I think started that whole genre before I Spit on Your Grave. When I first saw this movie, I was expecting a lot more, I must say. I thought that it was going to be a lot more disturbing than it was, but then since it's not, since it wasn't as disturbing as it was, it didn't take anything away from it, because I still thought it was very different from what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be this really dark, disturbing movie. I actually, when I first heard the title, when I first heard the title Last House on the Left, I actually thought it was a haunted house movie. Which, if you hear, the name Last House on the Left and you know nothing about the movie, it does sound like a haunted house movie. But, once I found out what it was about, I was like, alright, well this looks, this sounds interesting. So, first time I watched it, I really enjoyed it. I thought the blood, the gore in it was pretty good. With the parents taking revenge. Especially the one scene everybody remembers. Spoiler alert: the one scene when the mom bites the dude's dick off. That's just that caught me by surprise, because I didn't even know that was coming until I saw it. This is the really crappy collector's edition that they put out to cash in on the remake. I hate this edition. The cover art is atrocious. The back is just horrible. The only thing good about this is the special features. I would love to get the UK, the 2-disc or the 3-disc Ultimate Edition with the original artwork, which just looks good, but I only have a Region 8 player, But, I always thought, I really enjoyed it. The cops, on the other hand, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. The comedy in it, it didn't really work for me, though. I think that was the only thing about this movie I did not like, was the cops and I thought that the jokes with the cops trying to find the guys, it was kind of stupid. And they were the dumbest cops you can think about. When you're driving down and see a car on the side of the road, the first thing, you're not just going to drive by, you're going to stop and see if anybody needs help or something, But, what can you say? But, truly a classic horror film set, a classic 70s horror film. I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. This is definitely a must-see for everyone who likes horror. So there is Last House on the Left. Don't want to give anything away, because like I said, this series is not about reviews. This is just about my own personal thoughts on the film. Very raw, rough horror film. If you're a fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre or any other movie, 70s classic exploitation, and this is definitely the definitive movie when it comes to that. But anyway, that was another episode of Must See Horror. I'm probably going to do a few more of these, and I've also got some new reviews I'm going to be doing. I actually, I've got some movies I want to review. I'm going to be doing 2 new horror movies, semi-horror movies, and then maybe a comedy movie, I think. I'm going to try and switch up my channel to do less horror and maybe do other films, because I collect all types of movies, so it's kind of hard for me to just, do one horror review after another. But, anyway, guys, that was another episode of Must See Horror. like I said, check out Last House on the Left, a true classic when it comes to horror, exploitation. But yeah, guys, that was my video, and I'll see you guys later.